Ukutwasa and Idlozi, it's a non-religious entity.
I love that.
This is a science. It's a set of principles that works in healing. Nothing was happening really. Idlozi. It was a word. It was a suggestion. And they just said, put the video there.
Ooh.
And in my heart, I was very nervous. I said to my husband and to Gogo, I'm scared of doing this.
If we are being real about South Africa and the way that from where we come in our history, most of us from my generation were not raised by our mothers. So I was diagnosed more than 15 years ago and hoping that Lozi will take that, at some point.
This episode was sponsored by AC Wines, The Distinctive Taste, and we promote responsible drinking. Remember, alcohol is not for sale to persons under the age of 18. The product can be found, or rather AC Wine can be found on Zulzi, and you can make sure that you order and get a taste of either your demi-sec or your sweet red. Thokozani. Thokozani, I am Paul Wabadimu, the gift of the gods, and welcome to another episode of Thokoza, a Gogo podcast, where we talk all things healing and spirituality. Don't forget to like this video, leave your comments down below as we appreciate your engagement. Most of all, subscribe to the channel because we continue to growing our family. It's hashtag Thokoza Gogo Sundays, and I'm back again with amazing guests on this episode. Well, I hope you're ready because we are talking to an unorthodox Sangoma because Nina Chachana Nina. But today is a Kivinkali. Thokozani.
Thokozani.
How are you?
We are very well, and you?
Oh my gosh, you look good.
Thokozani.
Thank you.
I love it for you. I love it for you. So, viewers at home, please introduce yourselves.
Hi everybody, Thokozani Kamahu Ndawe Lesedi. My name is Gogo Fezile. And I've been practicing since 2008.
Wow. And Gogo?
Thokozani. I'm Gogo Namadlozi. I started my journey, my official training about 2 months ago.
Yep.
We're about a month from graduation.
Oh, wow.
My
Yes,
new
it's been
baby.
very interesting. I've worked in the healing space for
Okay.
a long time, but
Alright.
this is obviously a very new journey.
Okay, let's take a step back a little.
Yes.
I'd like to understand your journey, how everything started, because I know there can be a little bit of, Gogo, who? So please take us back a bit. Where you come from, how your journey started, and how did we end up here?
I'll simplify it for you. Born in KZN, raised up around traditional healing and Sangomas within my family. My journey officially started in 2008. So, I was 19 years old. I saw my 20th birthday in training. Graduated from there. That is where Gogo Fezile comes from. It was the name that was given to me by my Gobela through the training. And as they say, the rest is history.
So is there any, history within your family of healing?
Yes, it's a complicated story, but I'll give you the shortened version.
Please.
Late 1800s, they sold my great-great-grandfather here, an indentured laborer.
Okay.
He was working the land, and there was obviously interconnection and mixing of blood. So he himself was a healer, his wife was a healer, and it just moved from there. So in each generation, there's been one or two of us who do healing.
Interesting.
Yes.
So because I know when the journey starts, there's dreams, you see all these things.
Yes.
Weren't you a bit like, kind of, no, this is not for me. What is happening here?
Never. My dad's mother actually said to my mom when I was in the womb, she said, he's going to be that way. So they were all expecting it. When I started behaving differently as a kid, dreaming and speaking to people differently, they knew, okay. So at 13, they diagnosed this, and obviously no surprise at home.
Whoa. And then, Gobela, how did you connect your pots to your Gobela?
Wow. So I went through a very difficult time in my life. To leave the details out, you get tested with Ubizo, and it takes you close to almost either death or incarceration. And I dreamt about her. I dreamt how to get there, and it magically happened. She appeared in the area, at the right time. We met each other at the correct time.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot apply logic to it, but we became very, very close and very quickly. This was
So impande,
at home. Well, she's passed on last year, so
condolences.
this is a lot of legacy for her as well. This is what she would have wanted for me to do. But we are northwest based.
Okay.
So we're just behind the Pilanesberg National Reserve, Goramoga.
Goramoga. Okay. All right. So 8 years you've been practicing.
Well, since 2008, so 18.
18.
Yes,
oh, my bad. 18. How has that been for you? Because I know the journey of being a healer is very demanding. And how has your experience been? Also factoring that people might be a little bit judgmental because you are not the typical Sangoma. How has that been for you?
Honestly, if we quantify it, 90% great, 10% not great. It's been 20 years, obviously, of normal suffering, but the job itself, great satisfaction. A lot of beautiful experience. I've got to travel around South Africa for many years, getting into situations and seeing things and experiencing things that I don't think I would never have ordinarily. So it's been very, very nice. Challenging. I've learned a lot, and I've had to deal with a lot of sticky situations, sick people, mentally and physically. But as far as I would say how it goes, 90% of it has been beautiful.
So I'm curious, in your healing space, what is your specialty in terms of your work, apart from, because in Zulu Zeno Gogo, however we'll get there.
Yes,
I just want to understand with you, what is it that thing that, with his kwama sako, because we all have his kwama. So with you, what is his kwama sako?
So specializing in divination, diagnosing.
Okay.
I seem to find that's pretty good at one of the things I do very well.
Oh, wow.
And then cleansing. A lot of the time it's the psychosomatic, the more internal things. So I would believe the spiritual cycle, the psycho-spiritual connection. I work with that a lot. Helping people to heal from the deep subconscious, reintegration of conscious. So I would say it's more the invisible ones. Yes, but my specialties would be more to do with the rituals of healing the internal, the psyche, the soul, the spirit.
So you use bones. What are your tools or instruments of work?
I do use bones. Currently also I mix tarot in there as well.
Oh, interesting.
It also is a cultural thing as well. I look at the person visiting in front of me, and if they come from a background of West Africa, then I would use cowrie shells.
Okay.
If they have tarot as a background, it would be that. If it's a religious background, it would be bibliomancy, using the Bible. So I look at the patient who sits in front of me, and then I would use the correct tools according to their sort of, I don't know, their cultural identity or spiritual identity.
Yeah. So Gobela manje. And it means you've expanded within your work.
Yes.
So unimpande yakho manje. How many people have you trained till this far?
It's been very slow with training, and I'm happy that it went that way. A lot of people, I think, seek for it. I never sought for it. It happened. So the first 3, as is traditional, excuse me, I did give them to my Gobela.
Okay.
This is, I think, how I learned to assist people as well by watching it. So Lomdana is actually the very first one of our Mpande, the very first daughter of our Mpande.
Gogo. You are in your initiation journey.
I am.
How did you come about that?
It's been a very long journey. I think I've always known there was something very different about me. That's never been something I questioned. Never thought I would get here. Never imagined my journey to be able to include this. I come from quite a culturally diverse background. Was married to a Hindu man for 15 years. He passed away 4 years ago unexpectedly. And in the midst of the chaos, I started trying to find where the journey was supposed to go. And I think I did my Ubizo properly last year with 13 surgeries.
13.
Yeah, Gogo's
13,
still recovering from major surgery. Her life nearly ended last year.
So were you a client first?
I did not actually know Gogo Fezile from anywhere. We met by absolute chance. I uttered the words to a friend of mine and I said, I wish I just had a Gobela that could train me so that I could get over what I was going through. And I met my Gobela on the Sunday, and we discussed my training to commence. And I said, well, look, I still have 2 surgeries before I can start. I think it was clear for us there was a bezel when I went in for my surgery, and I woke up and the doctor said, oh, no, 2 surgeries not needed. 1 is done. You can go home now.
My goodness.
It began to heal itself.
And I've just been healing since then.
So, uGogo Nomadlozi, who is Gogo Nomadlozi?
Gogo Nomadlozi is somebody who is passionate about holding space for people to heal. I work with plant medicine.
Okay.
And trauma is one of my specialities, like PTSD, trauma, deep-seated, trauma release that needs to be done. That's Nomadlozi. Nomadlozi lives for helping other people. I live to hold space for people. It's such a sacred thing to do. And this just made sense. It was normal to expand your modalities that you can use when you are working with people.
That's very interesting. I love that you say that. So, since you are on your journey, how have you been finding that? Is it something that you are taking per day, or you overwhelmed, or how's that for you so far?
I can't lie. Not speaking African languages was very overwhelming. Okay. That was quite a challenge in the beginning. But this, I guess I'm very soulful. So for me, when I do something, I fully immerse myself, or I just don't do it at all. And I think that's very necessary when this is your journey. It's not a spiritual journey. It is an entire lifestyle change. You need to change your schedule. You need to adjust how you eat, how you speak, how you carry yourself. It is an entire change of you as a person.
That is profound. Cool. Uma uthwasisa ngokwazi ukukhula ebungomeni umntana ofaka idumane they wear a red skirt,
yes,
uyagida uyashayela. How is you as a Gobela, how do you how do I put it, how is your initiation as a Gobela to ithwasa? How does that work in impande yakho?
The same.
Right now she's dressed differently, but it's exactly the same. So we do have someone who's above us, Gobela wam. So ubabam khulu ushonile, rest in peace.
Okay.
But her daughter has taken the throne.
Okay.
And her daughter helped train me. So it's all going down there. So we do have our superior.
Okay.
And it is done under strict instruction of her. Everything we show online, everything that we do. So the way we twasisa her, there's no difference.
There is no difference.
Not
Absolutely
at all. No.
nothing.
Can you get that, Gogo?
I'm learning the guitar, but we've got the tletla down. We're starting with the tletla is going well.
You are so nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it. Wait, no. Initiation journey is not easy.
It's very hard. Very, very hard.
And my next question is outside of being Sangoma, who are you? Is there a life outside of that, or is this all you do?
Yes, there is a life, sort of. As you can see, my husband is there, so that's part of my life. Other than that, no, this is my life. The only other part is staying at home. I really like Netflix, guys. I'm just like you. But this is what I eat, sleep, and breathe. Yeah. If you come to my house now, it's Kondumbeni. He knows, she knows, we know. It's exactly the same. So I'm a little bit obsessive over it, if I do say so myself. In 2008, it bit me, and I've never gone back. My household, we work this way. Everything works this way. So I would say I am completely obsessed with this.
So you're king wabua uyakhuluma wasedlozini. What language is that used?
Because I spent a lot of time. After training, one usually goes home. I fell in love with my Gobela. She fell in love with me. So I became part of their family. So I just ended up going to live there. So re a bua Setswana eintlik, but I'm having to learn a lot more languages. So it's doing multilingual work. So it's working English, Afrikaans, isiZulu, Setswana, Sesotho, ngithetha isiXhosa kancane. So I'm trying everything, but mainly it's where I can communicate, and then I just mix together and work from there.
And do you think the culture of Ubungoma is stereotypical to a certain extent? Because look, you now have to learn new languages, lifestyle change, whole 360. Do you think it doesn't cater for you if you are not Black? And do you think that's where probably we draw the line?
I don't think so. From one thing I can definitely say, like I'm very careful to say and not say. What I've learned is that like Ugutwasa and Idlozi, it's a non-religious entity.
I love that.
This is a science. This is it's a set of principles that works in healing. You can be whatever religion you want and still be a Makosi. So I believe from a stereotypical point of view, I think I chose to take this culturally. It's also why I don't Twasa people, because I believe if you're going to Twasa, you need to change your entire life. It's not a small decision. So I call it cultural, like
Immersion.
yeah, it's we're recreating you, and it's your choice. If you're doing it for fame, fortune, or money, please don't toss it like that. This is a lifelong journey. You take it, you go in. The only way out is when you die.
Absolutely. Point on that. So, I want to come to you in your healing space. What do I expect from you? Take me through a day in your life as Umgoma.
Get up, feed my kitties, make coffee, wake up, open the ndumba, light a candle. When the patients arrive, it is in my home, so I would take you into my home, offer you something to drink. We go ndumbeni. I get you to relax, and if I was dealing with you with the bones, it would be a diagnostic, and we would move on from there. If you were just spending time with me, a day in the life, we'd go and clean ndumbeni. We'd prepare medicines. Go do shopping. Very mundane and very normal things. Just that explain it.
Do you do, is it just one-on-one readings, or do you do virtual readings? Because we've evolved also in our space of working. Yeah.
Okay, so I work with a center currently.
Okay.
Just for, I rent space.
Okay.
That is in Benoni.
All right.
And then I also work from home, and then I'm working with Gogo's business as well. So there are a few places. We do one-on-one in-person readings. We also do telephonics as well if people would like it. Not a lot of people do, but we work like that. Online, in person, we come to you. We just try to cater for all the needs.
So, Gogo, after this, your initiation, normally how long do your initiates take, or it differs?
I think each
3
person
to 6 months
different.
generally.
And also it's different with each person. If you come into it with nothing,
Okay.
I would say minimum then a year. But if you have background in it, it changes with person to person.
Okay, so now with you moving forward, are you going to be practicing?
Absolutely. I think because I already see clients for like peer coaching and sort of trauma coaching and healing, and I do work with energy healing. I work with Reiki. I also work with tarot cards.
Oh, wow.
So this is simply another modality that will slot in to what I already do. And having a very spiritual background, it just keeps building. It just keeps building.
That's beautiful. So with it, outside of just the journey you are on right now, it seems as though your life has always been centered around you being a healer because of the type of spaces that you were in. Working with people is not easy.
No.
And now this is another commitment on its own. Are you mentally ready?
I think Ilozi and life made sure that I was ready for this. I have been through enormous trials and tribulations. I had a very successful and good career in corporate prior to me switching over to healing. And I've had my fair share of trauma, which I think that's probably the best school of learning you can get. So the capacity to just host, events where we can actually help people. So myself and Gogo Fezile will start transforming from just one-on-ones into actual group sessions that we'll facilitate.
Yes, if I can add on to that as well, we're actually planning on doing collaborative work together as well. So not just one of us working, the two of us actually dealing with other sangomas, just general patient in general as well. Yeah, if I could add on to that.
Oh,
Healing groups and
like a network, something like a network.
Yes, and as we grow, we have more people working with us, and
That's very interesting. I love that you also open-minded with that. But now the conversation is, is the community going to just accept you as easily like that? Because within Ubungoma, there's so much hierarchy, there's pompousness, and that's my thing, because we have maneuvered and know how to handle, but with you, it can be a little bit tricky, because not only is it because you are not a certain looking, how are you going to maneuver that space, if I might ask?
The way I was taught to, humility and love.
Oh.
Don't pretend to know more, don't act like you know more, and just go out and love everybody. If they don't like it, I can't do anything about that. I'm doing the work that I've been set to do. And I think with community members, it's a difficult one. As I said to you, I've seen a lot, and one would think that I'd had negative experiences, mostly positive. Misunderstanding, and when you fix them, love and support comes from it.
Absolutely.
So, simplified answer, it's humility and love I would approach with each and every person, whether they're community or patient or whomever. Patience, love, and humility.
Do you go Mgedini?
Sometimes. If we go home, yes. Home, it's a 2-3 hour drive.
Okay.
But to others, we're very careful. Because in our training school, we were not... You see, each are different. Others are say, go out and join the society and go to strangers' homes. This is not always a good idea.
Absolutely. I'm glad you clocked it.
We don't frequent other umgetis, unfortunately. We do pick up flack from that. We've been called arrogant and that. But it's simply a safety procedure. And also we have a home. We have our own home where we get called to for umgit, or if I have, we call our friends. Obviously, we have friends from other Mpandes too, but this takes time. So, in general, not really, but we hold a few,
All right. I love that you say that. It's a safety precaution to not be everywhere and anywhere. Yes, you have to protect your energy at all costs, Gogo, I might add. So, social media, what was the decision behind putting yourself out there? Because I mean, you caught our attention, and my producer's like, we are definitely having this. I want to hear more about this, but I would like to hear from you, your relationship with social media, and how has that been?
This time round, okay, this is very strange. I've been doing this for a while. I could have put on the socials at any given time. I've kept away from them on purpose. My Gobela, my late Gobela as well, said, keep yourself away from it. There's no point until you feel it's ready. And to be very honest, my TikTok had been non-existent for 2 years. Nothing was happening really. Idlozi. It was a word. It was a suggestion. And they just said, put the video there.
Ooh.
And in my heart, I was very nervous. I said to my husband and to Gogo, I'm scared of doing this. I don't want to do this. I'm afraid. And we all agreed, even with the people in the video, you'll see that those are friends of ours who live in Tamborville.
Okay.
And we all agreed, we all spoke about it beforehand. And I said, okay, let's do this. And the first video just took off. I didn't expect it. To be honest, even now, my stomach's got butterflies about it.
And it did do so well.
Yeah.
It did rotate, because I felt like a lot of people were like, what is happening here? But the questions I love, because that shows that it sparked a curiosity, because something that we feel is ours, it shows that there is no boundaries in terms of spirituality and idlozi. Because I say idlozi, you say ancestor. It's more or less the same thing.
And if you had to take one, for example, an idlozi, and look at it, what form does it actually have? Is there a set form? So therefore, I think its representatives as us, as Bungoma, it wouldn't have set form either. I mean, I've seen all kinds. There's a lady who's did this and gone back to China. Pahlago, Great Wall of China. It's beautiful, and I believe it should be inclusive. Yes,
It's so interesting that other religious spaces or spiritual spaces are so inclusive, but with us it is so like closed off. I don't know, like it's just kind of weird and all of that.
There's a good reason.
Understandable. Also understandable. So what I wanna get into now. The space of Ubungoma, from where you started generally and where it is now, what is your feel or take on it? Because a lot is happening, a lot has happened. Everything is like on social media. It's no longer a space that we used to know if you counting 18 years. So I just want to, as someone who has served their space in this, how do you feel about everything Ubungoma nje?
Personally, I feel it's going like everything else does. It's modernizing and at a rapid pace. So like Ubukesha that live out the original old people who training, they look at this and it's quite hectic for them. Even Ubabwak here, we know this thing, it's moving technologically, it's advancing. A lot of people are changing certain things. So personally, it's like it's doing what everything in our society does. It's going with the times. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure. I've also seen some things as well where people are completely discarding framework for modernity. And then you get people as well. And then there's this new self-initiate thing that's come along. I'm sure you've heard about this.
Absolutely.
I have nothing bad to say.
What's your take on it?
Oh, I've got nothing bad to say. But even if you are walking alone in the bush, you still need a guide somewhere, somehow.
I hear you.
Does that make sense to
hear
you?
you.
So look, I have no problem personally where things are going. I know a lot of people do. But I do think it's modernizing very fast. And if I have to, personify Etlozi, they'll tell us, oh, you think we don't know how to use TikTok too? So as we grow, so do they. They're watching the world through our eyes. They're changing with us. They're learning. So, I do think it is moving rapidly fast. And personally, as long as we don't lose the skeletal framework of it, there's nothing wrong with development.
Coming back to you, Gogo.
Yes.
The first day, I think Nimshaela Gogo. What was going through your head? What did you have any expectations on that day?
I don't think I had any expectations. I thought that it was going to be a lot. My best friend is Zulu, so I'm not completely unfamiliar with kind of what goes on. But you never get to see behind the doors. So it was a lot. It was very overwhelming, but the journey from the beginning to where I've come now, it makes so much more sense when you put things together and everything fits together. And like I said to Gogo Fezile, like if we are being real about South Africa and the way that from where we come in our history, most of us from my generation were not raised by our mothers. We were raised by the housekeepers. Like we were raised by very special women who were there for us and showed us a different culture to what we knew. And that somehow stuck with me. That somehow just stuck. And so a lot of what I do now comes very naturally.
And being called Gogo and all of that, is it something you're gelling to? Because it's always Gogo, Kulu, so there's no more like your usual self, hey girl. So how is that? How are you maneuvering that?
So I think the Gogo part is funnier for my children than it is for me. They find it hilarious because the one thing I never wanted to do was grow old. And I always said my grandchildren are never going to call me Gogo. And now everybody calls me Gogo. So it's been an adjustment, but I'm not a cookie cutter person. When I married my husband 15 years ago and I became a Pele, that came with its own set of judgment already. So I I said to Gogo Fezile, you know, we have a Gogo Nomadlozi Palais now. I think it's probably one of the first in the country.
Yeah. Yeah, Nomadlozi Pillay. Clock that.
You know,
Clock
you
that.
know.
The one of the first. And it's so funny that you say that you one of the first, because it's so beautiful to see the transition, that we no longer, sticking to the norm, and different is good. It shows that we have evolved in our time. So waking up 3 a.m., 4 a.m., how's that? I hated that.
It's very difficult. It's
Yeah.
really, really difficult. And I must add, on top of the journey that is difficult, no denying that the journey is really difficult. But on top of the journey that is difficult, I also have my own battle with lupus and RA. So I was diagnosed more than 15 years ago, and hoping that Lozi will take that, at some point. But the health is not doing too bad. So those are big sacrifices that you have to make.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the Gobongo,
You are there. This is so nice. You are there like ages ago, but I can imagine. I don't want to go back.
If I can just add something
Yeah.
as well, with obviously all Twasa's being unique like a snowflake, I just make sure as the Gobela to watch allopathic health. It's not all about spiritual. It's mental, spiritual, and physical. So you always have to monitor your Twasas to see their physical condition.
I love how you're just giving this holistic approach to it, because it's
It
not
is
just
holistic.
one-sided.
It's fully holistic.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And other things that you've included in your practices that someone might be like, huh? What is that?
Okay, this is ancestral, so we would bring certain things from our ancestry. We would incorporate the use of European herbs, our use of tarot card in this also. People would be like, what? We also bring in certain crystals. Let's call it the New Age movement.
Yeah.
We do work with that as well. We bring in multicultural stuff. So you get people who are having Islamic idlozi. They need to be dealt with that way. So when people go, it's because I think we work with a plethora of different modalities, and especially the more modern ones as well. Reiki, hypnotherapy, these kinds of things as well.
Are you under any organization within Ubungoma or?
Yes.
Oh, which
Yes.
is?
Traditional Healers Council.
Yeah, so we're with the THPASA.
Okay.
And then also I do have a license issued to me by the Moses Kotane Health Department.
Okay.
So yes, definitely we're keeping it on bar.
All about board.
No, it has to be. I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. So when I come to your Ndumba, how much is your consultation? How much should I look at spending if I'm watching at home and I feel like, I want to go there?
All right, for a full, I would say, an all-encompassing, including like Uguhlola, and the thing I would say between 500 to 1,000 Rand is what you're looking at spending. Just an approximation.
Okay.
This will include then the diagnostic and whatever pharmaceuticals or treatments that come afterwards as well. Yeah.
And then in the space of, I have a family, we want a family reading, how would you cater for us in that regard?
So this is part of your earlier question about how things change. I know it's not done, but as an Ndumba, as an Impande, if the family needs help, we also can come to you. That's where we evolve part of this, because a lot of it is, hey, Luna wozani lo.
Yeah.
And I think, okay, that's cool. That's fine if they want to do it that way. But I mean, we've been traveling all over to go and see patients. So sometimes it is necessary. They cannot come to you. So we do also go to our patients as well,
Okay.
within reason.
All right. And then you touched on religion earlier and your religion and spirituality. Are you under any designated religion or church, or what is your...
Yes, we all are.
Where?
We fall under the pagan churches.
Okay.
So we practice the pre-Christian old religion.
Oh, the old.
Yes, I think they're calling it Wicca nowadays. That's what our house is also. If you want to talk about a religious point of view, we go the old way. So
Oh, do you use the Bible?
no,
Really?
no. We don't in our
Yeah.
belief, but we do for our patients if that's where they come from.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So we go
Oh,
with
so-
the moon. We believe that our creator is a female. Yes. Yes.
Gogo, What has your family said about you taking the step, apart from just them knowing that you need healing? But were they supportive, apart from your kids? And what has been
So my family is pretty small.
Okay.
I have very strong ancestors. I've got a brother, a father, and 2 dead husbands up there sorting out my stuff.
Girl, so you've been married twice.
Yes. The first one was a flop. The second one was great.
Oh, wow.
But unfortunately, they both passed away.
Okay.
My mom, it's very difficult for her to understand this. She is really, really old school, very Afrikaans. It is this is really hard for her to comprehend. But the calling is so strong for me that it doesn't really matter. Everybody will come around when they're ready. It's more important for me to help the people who need me than it is to coach the people who just don't want to understand.
What if someone argues and says, well, you could have just become a medium instead of being a Sangoma?
I also thought so. I tried that. I really did. And then, like I said, 13 operations later, I was like, maybe this Abogoma thing has something, maybe this is something. And when the surgery immediately started reducing, I knew this is what I was meant to do.
Also, if I can add there, it was none of decision human. So, I mean, I had 3 interviewees that day. Gogo was one of 3. And it was Amatambo Ditaola that actually made the decision. So I phoned home and said, this is the thing. She was interviewed live. And then, so that is how she got into this. I would definitely say that was Itlozi's choice, because as a strict practitioner, I'm not going to look at you and go, yeah, come join my school.
So you're the first in your family. You're the first Sangoma.
Yes. I'm not the first healer, but I'm definitely the first Sangoma. Yes.
So you're Lupuzul Palaze Kok. Yeah. Your family is going to show you things. But it's normally the case when you go for this journey that your family just discards of you. They don't necessarily understand what happens. And then in terms of, you spoke about your friend that is Zulu. Have you ever had readings within people close in your space outside of just strangers, and just had inclination on them, messages on them, or prophecies?
I do healing on them, and I do a counseling for people even close to me as well. Yeah. So my friends always say to me that I'm the medicine they should bottle.
Oh, well, they're exploiting you. I always say this to my friends. Don't let them exploit you, okay?
I promise.
Don't let them exploit you. But it's so beautiful to see that you have so much to contribute to the healing body. And I love it for you because, in essence, most of the things that you touched on are basically the skeletal of what a healer is. It's just that we use different terms to put it into place. But you are a full package. And I love that you also offer counseling, because healers to a certain extent can be disconnected to their clients and always look at diagnosing instead of giving them a holistic
The integration for me is a very, very important part. Not everybody knows how to deal with these things called feelings. And essentially, we are all just children in grown-up bodies trying to figure out this crazy world, and we don't really know what we're doing. So I like to work with the tough topics: alcoholism, addiction. I am also a certified death doula. So I am an end of life doula.
We're in the same space. Yeah. Love it for us. Yeah.
It's important. We have to start embracing these sacred things that people are scared of, that there's no reason to be scared of it.
Absolutely. This is beautiful. And I hope, this episode is just going to broaden the horizon for our viewers at home. Gogo, to the viewers at home, what is it that you want to, say generally that's in your spirit that you're like, you know what, guys, listen. What is it that you want to say to the general space?
I think that everybody, no matter who you are, should investigate these practices. In the ideal world, I wish that everybody, by ahlonipha amadlozi, This does something to our hearts and our souls. Ideally, what do I want to say to people? All of you have ancestors. You all have things that need to be fixed, and there is a way that this can be done. Body, mind, and soul. Thokozani.
Where are you based and where do we find you?
We have currently 2 bases, so we're trying to just cover. So we have in the north, we have one in Midrand, and then in the east in Benoni. We would call, I think, 2 operating in Dumbas at this point. We operate both of them. We'll either work side by side or independently with the readings. But yes, you can find us there, and then obviously online as well. Can I mention those as well?
Yes.
For me, it's just Gogo Fezile, all lower caps, one word. It's across all media. And then we have the Solus Sanctum as well. Okay, that's the business that we're running this through, because we also have product lines as well.
Oh, what products do you have?
Oils and salts and clothing
interested.
and what else?
Yes, we've got bath ranges, we've got Himalayan salt products. So we're continuously expanding. We just brought in Mpepo range with Mpepo Hydrosol.
And Mpepo essential oil rollers. And so we're taking the general medicines.
Oh, so could you please just share the site or where do we access the products? If
100%. Okay, so I would say the best one is www.thesanctum.
Solar Sanctum.
Solar Sanctum. So that's SOLACE.
Yeah.
SANCTUM, Sanctum.
Okay.
.co.za. From there, it'll give you access to the online shop. You can book through there as well. If that is a battle, just go to Gogo Fezile. All the stuff is on there as well. So
And
links
we're
are all
also,
on there.
we also sell on Take a Lot.
And
which
Take
is
a Lot
quite
as well.
convenient.
Our
That's
numbers are
beautiful.
there. You can contact us on WhatsApp. We will deal with you. Yeah. So just find us somewhere and we'll
And
move
is
from
Gogo
there.
allowed to have her own clients outside of you?
So actually, right now, as in the Fetlo, these clients would come and be part of her practical training. So we see them as a team, as would be done if you were going to an Impande outside. Yeah.
Okay, so we are
So when
also
it's
allowed.
outside of this,
Yeah.
I still have my client.
So, for example, I can't be doing death doula work.
Yeah, I hear you.
But when it's umatambo or when it has to do with bungoma work, for now we do it together. And then when she's done, then we will still work together with
So Gogo stays with you right now, or is it she comes,
No,
she
we
goes?
do a part-time
Okay.
because she's running her own businesses. It's very difficult to keep it combined. So we do work part-time, but because she's at home, she's got independence about this. So we work it like that as well.
I also think he only did that because I live alone. I think if anybody lived with me, he wouldn't have allowed it.
yeah, I wouldn't
But
have.
I do.
yeah.
I live completely alone. So it's isolation. It's all of the things that I would have needed to do.
And I monitor
under the
her
supervision.
strictly
Oh my God.
We
so
see
how
each other
often do
often.
you see each other?
Twice a week.
Oh,
At
twice
least.
a week.
Twice a week
You
for
have
12
to.
hours at least, yeah.
That is hectic.
Intensive half-day sessions, yeah.
And your
then-
diet?
Diet, no fish, no pork, no lamb, no dairy, no
eggs,
sugar,
no
no
beans.
caffeine.
Hectic. I don't want your life.
And then we also go, we do theory and practical components. So at the end of the month as well, then we go, Musikaya, we go home as
Okay.
well, just to show Babamkulu progress-wise and whatnot.
Oh, and where is Babamkulu's place?
In Ramuha, it's next to Muruleng in the Northwest
Oh,
Province.
so you travel to hectic. So there, when you get there, is it like babangata, libangata, like the initiates? Yeah.
They're staying at like properly, but that's her home. That's where I trained. So I went away. I went and lived there forever. I wanted to go and live there forever.
I understand.
Yeah, it's nice there.
I understand. Gogo, and then for you, where do people access you and your services?
They can access me through the Solar Sanctum, or they're welcome to reach me on my cell phone. Can I give it to them?
Yes, you're allowed to.
078-019-6470. But yeah, generally the Solar Sanctum, we are on all the platforms. You just contact and we'll get back to you.
No, I actually wish more people can just come through and just experience the different types of healing and experience you as well as healers. But I'm so honored to be sitting here with you. It was a very refreshing conversation. And thank you so much for your time, Gogo and Hubby. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Viewers at home, this was another insightful episode of Thokoza Gogo. And you know, all the time, we are always left wanting for more. I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this episode and what you are willing or rather have learned. Don't forget to access them on all their social media platforms and go to the website, get to your products and try them out. Come back, give us reviews. But most of all, look after yourself. Ukokushilo, ati sonke sinamadlozi. And idlozi, alina shape, alina color, alina size. So don't be stereotypical and project and judge Omunyamuntu because you don't understand their journey. Remember, nobody chooses to sit here in this position. I always say being a Sangoma is not all glitz and glam like how people make it look. It's very demanding, it's taxing, but we are here because it is a life that chose us. So take something from this episode and run with it. I'm your host, The Gift of the Gods, and I'll see you on the next episode. Togozani. This episode was sponsored by AC Wines, The Distinctive Taste, and we promote responsible drinking. Remember, alcohol is not for sale to persons under the age of 18. The product can be found, or rather AC Wine can be found on Zulzi, and you can make sure that you order and get a taste of either your demi-sec or your sweet red. Togozani.